Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to be doing a comparison of dry kibble dog food versus homemade food. First I'm going to be looking at kibble food, since that's probably what most dog owners feed to their dogs. And this picture is what I use for part of Clary's meals along with homemade. What is perhaps the biggest benefit of going with a dry kibble is convenience. If you're already planning a shopping trip, just pick up a bag of dog food and you're good to go. Also, if you don't see what you want anywhere, you can go to an online realtor like petflow.com, tell them what you want and how often you want it sent to you, and then picking up dog food at town or running out will be a problem solved. Kibble can also be nutritious for your dog, so long as you pick a kibble that has many sound ingredients. However, despite these pros, there are certainly cons to consider when buying kibble for your dog. One of the cons for kibble food is the expense of having to pay for nutrition. This is exactly what I'm talking about right here. It's an ingredient list of an actual dog food that's extremely cheap. However, the ingredients are almost all unheard of and extremely terrible to feed to a dog. Now, the result of choosing a very cheap dog food with basically no nutritional value whatsoever is that although you will be spending less money on dog food, you may very well end up spending tremendously more in vet cost because your dog is not getting the nutrition it needs. The second con of kibble is that you have zero control over what goes in the food, whereas you do if you go with homemade. Therefore, I recommend that if you go with kibble to do your research and learn what is good and what is bad for a dog, and buy the most nutritionally dense kibble you can find that's affordable. Given the research I did, the cost of a good kibble is around $1.50 per pound. My third and final con for this video concerning kibble is that it is not natural for a dog to eat. Since domesticated dogs are the offsprings of wild dogs, this would logically mean that a raw diet would be the most natural thing to give your dog. However, since I'm not covering that in this video and I do not give Clary a raw diet, I won't really be discussing that any further. However, a highly processed and cooked substance like kibble is not what you're going to be seeing a wild dog like a wolf hunt to find to live on. And with that, I'll go straight into the first pro of homemade food, which will be that it's a more natural food to be feeding your dog. As you can see in this image, almost every ingredient in this food I made a good while back is visible. However, with kibble, you can't see one thing whatsoever inside. Another pro of homemade food is that you have total control over what ingredients are used in the food. Having full control means just that. You pick what you want in the food and leave out what you don't want. Therefore, you can have a great final product with absolutely no ill ingredients whatsoever, and every single ingredient that goes in is of great nutritional benefit. A third benefit homemade food has over kibble is being less costly over time. While the ingredients you use can potentially become cheaper from time to time or go on sale, this also means that because you are feeding your dog a nutritionally dense diet, that it's not as likely to become ill from time to time and therefore not need as much medical attention. One of very few cons there is to homemade dog food is that it is less convenient over kibble. Unlike being able to just pick up a bag of kibble at town or order it online, you do have to go get all of the ingredients and then take time of the day to make the food, rather than being able to just scoop something out of a bag into a bowl. The second con to this is the possibility of ill ingredients going into the food, and this would be why to research not only what is good for a dog to have, but also what is very poor, so therefore this mistake is not made and the health of your dog is not compromised as a result. So when it comes to kibble versus homemade, I would recommend going homemade. That's because of its much greater nutritional advantage over kibble, as well as you being able to choose what goes in and what stays out. What I personally do every meal for Clary is I give her a third cup of the dry kibble and then finish it off with homemade. And I actually plan on having a good quality kibble at all times, just in case of an event in which I would not be able to make her anything. She would still have a nutritionally sound source of food. And with that, thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. If you liked what you've seen, please give it a like and a share. Have a good day, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.